The jury could be deliberating in the Adam Montgomery murder trial this week. The state rested its case today, with the defense expected to call witnesses tomorrow.
Former prosecutor Patricia LaFrance is back with us again. Great to see you. Let's start there. So where the defense moves from here, just two people are expected to take the stand. Harmony's foster mother, but she's already testified, and also an inmate, Patricia, at the Hillsborough County Jail. So what are you expecting out of those two witnesses?
I'm expecting those two witnesses will probably testify about something that Kayla has said to impeach her testimony. Remember, Harmony's foster mother, I believe she testified before Kayla. So now they have to bring her back to say, okay, Kayla testified to this, but you have some different information. So I would anticipate it's a way to attack Kayla's testimony and her credibility.
Well, let's talk some more about Kayla, because the defense has also filed motions in the case, including having her testimony tossed out. They claim the state unfairly prepared her for cross-examination, and they say the state informed her attorneys of the defense's strategy, saying she killed Harmony. If the judge agrees, how would that affect the state's case?
Well, I mean, that would torpedo the state's case. Kayla is their only, the only person to testify about how Harmony died, that it was Adam Montgomery who caused her death. So the state would have no case with respect to the murder charge. That's a pretty serious allegation made by the defense attorneys. I mean, basically, they're saying that the state violated the sequestration orders of the witnesses in the case. And, the state made some pretty compelling arguments as to why they did not. So it'll be interesting to see what the judge rules.
So let's talk about this, assuming that the testimony of Kayla Montgomery stays in and the jury remains aware of everything that she said. So the state calling dozens of witnesses, but their testimony here ranged from who Harmony was to the day that she died, even to DNA evidence, all presented to the jury, including conditions about how the family lived. But as you have mentioned throughout, there's no body here. So with all of that taken into consideration, has the state been able to present enough thus far, assuming Kayla Montgomery's testimony remains in, for this jury to see or envision the way that Adam Montgomery allegedly killed his daughter?
Yeah, I mean, it all hinges on Kayla's testimony. If they believe her testimony in full, along with the supporting, the corroborating evidence that the state presented, then I believe they could find beyond a reasonable doubt again, but it all hinges on Kayla's testimony. So, and the defense obviously has attacked her credibility throughout this trial and has limited attacked the DNA evidence, because again, they already conceded the abuse of corpse. So, they're really going to, I anticipate the number of witnesses they call, the two witnesses, and their closing will really attack Kayla's credibility.
All right, it should be interesting tomorrow. Patricia LaFrance, thank you. We appreciate your expertise as always.
Welcome.